Stream elements. Set. Misa Kurosaki is now live. Streaming just chatting, 18 plus yapping about entertainment news, anime, sports, TV, games, etc.
Okay, I'm starting. We shall put the music down. There we go. Oh, and I gotta switch it to my. There we go. There you go. Oh, we can hear it. I can. You can't though. There we go. Probably shouldn't be as high as me. You can put that A. You put that bad baby there. That should be fine. Maybe it's picking up. Maybe it isn't. I don't fucking know. Hold on a second. Let me just... Oh. Yes. Hi. Oh my god. I am so tired. Alright. I am going to try my best to power through this shit and see how many, like...
Rage_XPL one side. Said. Yomise.
Yo! Oh, shit. Yo! Rage, what's good, my man? How you doing? Today we gonna be talking about a lot of newsy bits, a lot of like newsy stuff that I want to talk about. We got a long list of shit. I don't know if I want to start with the big one because apparently there's just the Shogakukan news stuff. No, the Shogakukan, sorry. The Shogakukan news stuff is fucking insane.
Rage_XPL one side. Said. Currently still at work, closing the store.
Oh shit. Yep. Damn, I remember those. I remember those days. Closing the down. Fuck. Hopefully you're not by yourself and you have sufficient help, because I know on times like that it could be both really nice and not nice depending on who you're working with. Okay. Let me go ahead and... No, what's the one thing I want to start with? Yeah, we should probably do it.
Rage_XPL one side. Said. Nah, we gyosai over here.
Hey, that's important. It's important to be good and Gucci wherever you are, fam. Let's fucking get it. All right, let me go ahead and start up this bitch. Open in a new tab. There we go. All right, so. No, hold on. I wanna see. Hold on, this shit before I continue.
Rage_XPL1 site. Said. No audio at Mizukuro Saki?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how long I would have gotten not looking at the audio. Fuck my life. Holy shit. I did a whole fucking spiel. Okay. So again, I guess then the VOD starts here. I don't know when the fuck that started. I'm gonna have to go back and look at. So just in case I have to start it again, remember, recap, Shukakugan got outed for apparently harboring somebody who did sexual abuse to a minor. They were there before on a different manga, left, got fined, came back under a different pen name. Shugakukan employees knew. I don't know if the internal company knew, but there are people who were working at Shugakukan that did know. They did an internal investigation, found out that there was a second person with the same charge working under their pen name that other people were protecting. And so they put out the first statement on the one person. They put the second statement on the other person. Now they're making a third statement because apparently someone made an article on March 2nd. It says March 12th. I know. I'm gonna assume it's March 2nd. But regarding the whole thing, and they want to make a whole comment on it. Now, I don't know where this article is. I'm just gonna mostly just read the response, mainly because holy shit, how much fucking bullshit can happen to just a fucking company in such a short amount of time, which is insane to me. Okay, yeah. We would like to share our views on articles. Victims make full confession. I cannot forgive the sexual assault manga artist and Shugakukan. In the March, I assume 2nd, 2026 issue of Weekly Bushun. On sale March 5th. Yeah. Like I said, it was weird. The facts we are aware of are as follows. In February 2020, Soichi Yamamoto, that was the name of the first author, of the author Operation Fallen Star, was arrested on suspicion of violating the Child Prostitution and Child Pornography Prohibition Act production. As soon as the company learned of this, And as soon as the company learned of this, it instructed the suspension of serialization subsequently in 2021. The editor in charge consulted our legal department team regarding the settlement negotiations between Yanomo and the victim, but as our company is not a party into the matter, we instructed them to urge Yamamoto to appoint a lawyer. We are not aware that the company as a whole was involved in these settlement negotiations. So one of the claims that was made originally back then was that the company Shogakukan was a party helping out Yamamoto with the case in order to settlement, which kind of sounded like some hush money was trying to be pushed, but apparently it wasn't Shogakukan as a whole. It was like a specific individual working under Shogakukan, which I will admit, that's what most of this sounds like. Like, to be fair, it's not good. That's still Shogakukan's fault for them being on the side and allowing those people, but what it does sound like is that Shugakukan's vetting issues and all that stuff were so loose and people are hiding stuff so well in there that individuals are keeping stuff from the higher ups. Now, is this really true? I don't know, right? That's what they're claiming. Other people are claiming different stuff. You know, it's whatever. So that's how I have seen it so far. Put that a tad bit more down. They get picked up, but I'm gonna put that a tad bit more down. Okay. Oh, okay. We're done. Okay. Nope. Stop. Okay. Regarding the resumption of serialization under a new pen name in 2022, the Manga One editor department reported this to us on February 25th, 2026, after a Sapporo District Court ruling, and we were the first to confirm this as a company. We immediately began an internal investigation and have made a public fact that our company and Manga One editor department have uncovered. Shogakukan has decided to establish a third-party committee to understand the facts, investigate the causes, and provide recommendations to prevent reassurance, placing the protection of human rights and victims as its top priority. Details on the third-party committee will be announced at a later date. Okay, so it sounds like they're getting outside help. or at least like getting a third party to actually investigate some stuff. That way, it's not just an internal investigation. That's better. That's what I like. That's good to get the outside help, because I know they said the Shokugan was doing internal investigation, which I was wary of. Now their internal investigation shit was not. I'm always wary of internal investigations just due to the fact of people can play stuff and hide stuff, and yes, you have an internal investigation and you can try to be the best, but those same people who are doing internal investigation are probably still being influenced by the people up top, which is why I'm always wary when it comes to these type of things. However, getting a third party is always good, and I will now again I will give Shokukan it's somewhat not really I don't want to give flowers like that, but I will say that they did find the second person after they did their internal investigation, which is good, but I mean, like, again, you still let them in the first place, so that's not great. That's not great. Okay. Once again, we would like to offer our deepest apologies to those who have been affected. We would also like to extend our deepest apologies to our readers, the authors who were within our various production and or business posters. Shogakukan. Okay, so this is kind of whatever. I don't know, like they're just restating the facts. Okay, now this does make me curious about what they said in the other article. Victims made cool for Christian. Let me see if I can find that. Boop. Boop. Let me see if I can find that. Shogakukan responds to... Can I find it? Will be in the news section. Brother. God damn it. What was your chances are? Is this it? No, it would be March 2nd, right? Where exactly would this be? That's what I'm trying to figure out for the most part. Publisher to investigate this iteration. Okay, I don't think I can find this article. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think I can find that. Find that article. If I do, I will make a VOD. I will make a like a off-string thing attaching it if I can find it. But it does sound like it's just, you know, covering the facts. From the way of the title at the very least, and again, I will try to find the article as best as I can. But it does sound like that what it is doing is basically blaming Shogakukan and all that stuff for the actions of the people of what they did. Which, to be fair, I think that's like a fair thing to do, right? Because you sit there and you're like, yeah, well, you're like, yes, you like maybe some higher ups may not have known, but you have also been hiring these people. They work under your banner. And again, you could go ahead and be like, well, it might not have been the higher-ups' fault. Like, we don't know that fully. Like, I think their official statement is just like, higher-ups didn't know, the people who whatever took advantage didn't know, but there are people that were protecting these people who did know. Which I also hope that those people are fucking fired, they're gone, and that they don't work at the fucking company anymore. That's what I really, really hope. I really, really hope anybody that was found to be covering up and doing all that stuff, fuck off. This is done. Just done, which we have not heard. I don't think we've heard any real word of that, but yes, that would be that stuff that's happening. So I mean, that's what I hope. But yeah, that's their third statement, kind of similar to the rest, just stating the facts. The only real development again is the fact that there is going to be a third party investigation that they're hiring in order to do it, which, you know, good. Hopefully they've. I swear to God, if there's like a third person being fucking outed, I'm gonna fucking lose. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna sit there and be like, why? Just why? Why is there more? Why is there more? That's fucking insane. But yeah, I guess that's it. That's the only real new development from the Shogakukan shit. I mean, I guess if yeah, two child diddlers is too many. But so I hope that stays at 2. 2 again, 2 is too many, but I hope it fucking stays at 2. Cause holy fucking shit. Okay. Well, that was the Shogakukan stuff. That was actually a lot straight. Oh. We don't need to talk about that. The if you care to know, there was a what do you call it? The author Michiko Tensei has been disavowing people for the most part, disavowing not people, but like has just got. It's just his responses have been fucking horrible in the way he's been doing it. He's been making response after response. So like I don't think he was I don't think he was supporting it. I really think it was just like a bad phrase of his word of just like, no, I'm not supporting it, you guys. Fucking hell. Okay. Alright, our next topic. You've probably already heard about it. I haven't really got the chance to sit in and really talk about it because it's just what the fuck. But like, there's no other way to say it, man. It's another Concord Concord, not Conquer. Conquer is a very good game, but Concord. This is another Concord situation. Not as it's actually fairly accurate actually. Lasted longer than Concord, so that's impressive. That's good. What Concord was like what 4 or 5, like not even like a full week. This was a month, so that was impressive. That's really good. Wait, hold on. Highguard would shut down permanently next week because Wildlight doesn't make enough revenue to keep anyone employed to work on it. So there was an article that I actually picked up previously before. I just didn't have time to talk about it mainly because I was tired and I was hungry and I was just really exhausted. But apparently before all this shit, right? The previous report was that Highguard only I don't know if I still have the article locked up. Do I actually still have that? Okay, no, I do not have it. But apparently, yeah, Wildlight the studio only like fired a bunch of people and only kept like 20 people on because that's all they could have afforded. And now we're at the point where Highguard's just gonna get shut down permanently, which like, oh fuck, man, it's fucked up. Like again, it's not good when people lose their jobs. It really isn't. But I more am just looking at the entirety with. I'm just looking at the entire thing with just like how Jeff Keighley hyped this stuff, how it set up everything. It was like this big thing. It's like really not great. And this isn't a celebration, right? I don't like when people lose their jobs. I don't appreciate when people lose their jobs. It's not a fucking good situation. But it's just insane when you look back at Highguard and just look at how, like, part of me does want to say that like Jeff Keighley set this up to fail because you put it at the end of the Game Awards where that spot is usually held for like the big super huge announcement, like where like everyone could get hyped up or like there's a long awaited game, stuff like that. Because remember at the end of this, everyone was, because like Jeff Keighley did this thing with like the statue and stuff like that in like the desert, and I remember people like theorizing it was like a Half-Life 3 and all that stuff, and we get that all the time. But to put a game like this behind such an intense situation is fucking crazy. That's really not. That's really not good. If I'm being completely honest, it's not good, not great. You shouldn't have done that. Now, in the mind of Jeff Keighley, I can understand because these were some of the people who also worked on Titanfall 2, which is such a beautiful game, great fucking game, great movement. Like one of the last really good. And keep in mind, I'm not really the biggest fan when it comes to mechs or mechas or anything like that. But boy, the last like proper good, full on great feeling mecha game, Titanfall 2. Which is why I'll always hate Apex Legends, because of that game, we'll never get a proper Titanfall 2. And if they at least added Titans in Apex Legends, I probably feel it'd be better. But they don't, and it's annoying, and I'm annoyed, but that's not the point here. Those some of the people that went to work on Highguard. So a lot of people were expecting it, especially when you remember how Jeff Keighley hyped this up. That motherfucker went off and was like, Yes, it's people who worked on great games like Titanfall 2. And I was sitting there cheesing. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Titanfall 2 mentioning here right now? That's fucking insane. So I was very much surprised, hyped, excited for just all of this shit. So I am a little tad disappointed over that fact, but let's go on with the article. After less than 6 weeks, developer Wildlight has announced that it is shutting down its free-to-play Hero Shooter High Guide. That's the other thing too. To shut down a free-to-play is so insane. The fact that we got to that point is so fucking insane. High Guide will permanently shut down on March 12th, Wildlight has said today. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into High Guide's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building. For that, we are deeply grateful, Wildlight said in a post on social media. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Service will remain online until March 12th. We'll hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support and get those final great matches in while we still can. The High Guard closed out the Game Awards 2025 with a trailer introducing all to the world of the Battling Wardens and their magical touts. The game then launched in January and quickly... Oh, January. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. No, 6 weeks. That would make sense. And quickly had a large influx of players on its release. But there were also a few complaints as well. Many disappointed with areas such as map size and the 3v3 game format. Yeah, I mean, if you're... Like, from what I've seen, because admittedly I didn't play this game, but from what I've seen, the maps were super fucking big, but in a 3v3 format stuff, that's not great. You gotta have smaller maps, you gotta have smaller arenas, you gotta make them bitches small. For a 3v3, you can't have such big maps. Maybe if you made like a 5v5 or like a 6v6, or hell, be new. Make like some big shit like a 10x10, like make it fucking chaotic as shit. But a 3v3 with big maps like that, yeah, I don't know. It also felt like they were just trying to do too much at the same time, where they wanted to be a hero shooter, but they also wanted to be like a really good FPS play, but they also wanted to act like add elements of being like a MOBA. It was so random at times, where it's like you didn't have identity, and then you had elements with like the horses and stuff like that. I get the vision. I see what they were going for. They were going for like a jack of all trades thing, but a jack of all trades is the master of none, unfortunately. I know. But I also will say, because I just remembered it, yes, a jack of all trades is a master of none. But, oh my god, what is the quote? I'm fucking up the quote, because it's like, there's a second part to the quote, where it's like, jack of all trades is the master of none, but a master and, so like, what is it? But I think it's like, a jack of all, oh, this is going to bother me. Hold on. What is the full jack of all trade?
Rage_XPL one side said, but better than being the master of one.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. Jack of all trades is the master of none, but better than the master of one. There we go. Thank you, Rage. I appreciate it. I was fucking dying over here. I was like, what the fuck is that quote? I don't remember. But yeah, that was like, so like, I get what they were trying to do. I understand the vision, but you got like, fuck, man. That's really hard to do if you don't, at the very least, make everything cohesive. And it sounds like they did not make everything cohesive. The studio sought out to address these issues with a number of content updates and patches, while also making it once limited time 5v5 mode in a permanent feature. Why is 5v5 mode limited? Why would you make 5v5 limited? I get it. You're trying to stick out against games like fucking like Overwatch and fucking Marvel Rivals and all that shit. You're trying to stick out. Dude, you can stick out in other ways, but the 5v5 or the 6v6 method shows that it works. If you make a game that's going to be for more people to play, it's going to be fun. It's going to be better. It's going to be good. Just fucking, there are some things that you just don't break. And the 5v5 or the 6v6 format does not change. You make that so people can play in big groups so that more friends can play. Because if you don't have more friends to play, then go. Fuck. I would argue if you want to change, you make it bigger. Like I said, make it 7v7, make it 10v10, make it big, make it fucking huge. And if it's the same team that fucking was the same team behind some of the works when it comes to 10-4 2, I know you motherfuckers can make big shit. You could have done the 10v10 if you wanted to, motherfuckers. So don't sit there and act like you couldn't. Because you probably could have. However, this was not enough, and dwindling player numbers have ultimately resulted in Wildlight deciding to cut its losses and pull the plug on High Guide. Okay, well maybe I might be wrong. Maybe. Ahead of the shutdown, Wildlight is releasing one last update, which will add a new warden, a new weapon, accurate level progression, and skill tree. We can expect full patch notes in the coming days or so, along with update releases. Why? I'm not even being an asshole. Just why? Why would you? I don't know. Maybe they're doing it for the people who want around. Like, hey, at least experience this and what we were working on. If it's already finished, yeah, might as well just say fuck it. From all of us at Wildlight, thank you for playing, for supporting us, and for being a part of High Guide's story. The studio closed. In separate posts, High Guide game developer Chad Grenier was asked why the team was not going to support the game for longer. To this, he replied, "Not enough revenue to keep anyone employed to work on it, unfortunately." We're sharing today's news. Grenier also offered some player stats for the ill-fated shooter. According to Grenier, the average player session lasted 91 minutes. This is actually quite good. High Guide director said, stating, the average game played per session was 3.48 matches per session. Meanwhile, most recent stats revealed PlayStation had the biggest player base ahead of Xbox and then Steam. Okay, so like there's definitely still like a good amount of people playing it from here and there and whatnot. Scarlet was the most picked character by a good margin. Also, once upon a time, she was called Sky, while Kai was also Jade before launch. Okay, let's go. As for how the game ended, most were due to generated to wait. As for how the games As for how games ended, most were due to generator exploding. Its most popular mode, meanwhile, was 3v3. Grenier added the US was High Guard's biggest player base. I'm not surprised by that. Followed by Japan. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. High Guard's director added 92% of people who loaded into the game for the first time completed the training mission. This is actually a very healthy number, he said. Similar to what they saw at launch with Apex training completion. Okay, alright, I see. Earlier this month, it was reported Tencent pooled funding from Wildlight just 2 weeks after High Guard's launch. Yeah, so that's probably like the super big thing. Yeah, we're gonna hold your message right there. We're gonna hold that message. Yeah, so that's a big reason why it also died as well. It's just due to the fact that unfortunately, oh my god, what do you call it? Then unfortunately, Tencent, who were back in the game heavily, basically just gave the Wildlight a big fuck you and was like, we're not supporting this anymore. You guys wasted too much of our time, too much of our money. We're just not gonna do it. Which is shit. It's very much shit. It's very much terrible, and I hate the fact that happened. I really wish that they were able to do better. I wish they were able to do more. I wish the team. I would have liked to see them come back, because like with a lot of studios nowadays, like I don't know if this is just the change of how things are, but like you don't get a No Man's Sky story, and you don't get a Cyberpunk not Edge Runners, oh my god, Cyberpunk 2027 opening, where the game launched like shit, people didn't like it, but it had the chance and it had the time to rebuild it. Now look at it, Cyberpunk 2077, actually, I think the game, at the very least, still has some really healthy numbers. Hold on, let me check that. Cyberpunk 2077, Steam charts. What are you? What do your Steam charts look like? Oh, that bitch is loading. That bitch is loading. Bitch, what the fuck? Okay, here we go. Yeah, brother, look at that. 37,309. That's a pretty good fucking healthy number for something like that. That's pretty good. Now see, I'm gonna want to look up. I'm gonna want to look up No Man's Sky Steve charts. And again, everyone, it doesn't count. What do you call it? It doesn't count stuff like PlayStation and Xbox and other stuff like that. But you can also imagine. Also, yeah, 60-75. That's also still like fairly fucking healthy game, man. That's like fairly healthy for what it is. Especially since like right now it's going down as well. So at like one point it was like still higher. Again, these are good healthy numbers. These games can rebuild themselves. These games can go ahead and actually make shit better. But the problem is with stuff like High Guard and whatnot, they're just never given a chance. Like maybe High Guard could have gone back. Maybe High Guard could have like changed stuff and made it better and all that stuff. Like it sucks that we live in a gaming environment now where stuff like Cyberpunk 2077 and stuff like No Man's Sky, if they were to come out today, would have just been axed. It would have been axed, it would have been forgotten, and they would have never gotten a chance to survive, which is massively fucking disappointing, man. Like I would have loved to see stuff like that. Like maybe Concord would have survived, maybe High Guard would have survived. I know there's a third game out there, and now, like right now, I think Marathon's on watch as well. I don't know. I have my feelings on Marathon because I'm a D2 fan, but I also don't like extraction shooters. But I've kind of also noticed that Bungie has definitely made D2, it's kind of the backseat bitch right now compared to Marathon, which I both get, but also you have a fan base that's been accumulated 10 years. You probably shouldn't shaft the people who are still willing to pay for a good product, who are actually asking for a D3. They're not asking you to shut down the game. They're not asking you to change this game. They're asking you, hey, just make a D3 and we'll be good. I don't know, man. I really don't. Let's just read the rest of it. Staff were called into a all-hands meeting and then told that they would be laid off as High Guard had seemingly failed to meet whatever metric Tencent had for it. Wildlife publicly confirmed layoffs a day later, but wouldn't specify numbers at times. It was said a core group of developers would remain at the studio to work. Yeah, so that's High Guard, unfortunately. Again, I wished for better things. I know that studio is really good. I know that studio is really great. Well, not Wildlife, but the people who worked there, who are working with stuff, in terms of like the people at what do you call it? When it came to some of the people who were working on the game, who worked on like Titanfall 2 and DICE and all that, and EA, some of those people are really good developers. So it does actually suck to see them have to deal with this. It really sucks, man. It really does. Where are my things? Where are my things? Oh no. Oh, here you go. What do I want to talk about? I won't go into the sports stuff yet. I won't go into the sports stuff yet, but I do kind of want to talk about this little thing. PlayStation is reportedly going back to PS5 exclusive. Will Xbox follow? So first of all, fucking no, they're not going to follow, because funny enough, well, we have an article that literally says that Xbox will have a system, is planning on a new system, and reportedly that it is going to be paired with, what do you call it? It's going to be able to play Xbox and Steam on there, which was also the other rumor of like, hey, if that's true, that's going to be a console to run its money. So we'll see. It might be like a pseudo Steam box for a lot of people, which, hey, if it runs Steam, that's going to be a lot. That's going to be good. That will make a lot of access for people in a crazy way, especially since there's a lot of people, including myself, that already use the Microsoft system to play Steam on, or to have Steam on, so not much would really change if I'm being completely honest, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and look at this article. Sony might be undoing years of investment in going cross-platform at the latest development hint at PS5 exclusives being prioritized again. This information comes from Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, who reported that big single-player 2026 PlayStation exclusives, namely Marvel's Wolverine and future God of War titles, could remain locked to the Japanese console and never see the light of day on PC. This exclusivity resurgence is largely being motivated by underwhelming sales that have failed to meet Sony's expectations. Okay, so this is my thing. In what regard, we'll probably go into this, but my question going into this, reading that part, right, is what do you mean by sales? Because if it's the individual game sales for you, that's stupid for you to roll back your cross-platform ideas only to go back to exclusives. Because while there are still a lot of console players and a lot of PlayStation players, and like when it comes to consoles, the only two options really you have right now are the PS5 and the Switch, both of which are fucking expensive, which sucks. Rolling back exclusives doesn't necessarily help you, because then you remove a market of people who play on Steam to just say fuck you. Now, timed exclusives, I could get a bit more. Have people play on PlayStation if you want to go ahead, get the little thing, and then eventually you get the sales and the people who want to play on Steam. They gotta wait a little bit. It sucks. Trust me, it sucks. As a person who has both a PC and a PS5, I'm a little bit. It does not bother me because I could do either or. But for some people, that's not an option. Some people, they don't have that kind of cheddar. Realistically, I didn't. I was very irresponsible. But to go ahead and like roll back your exclusives, I'm really wondering what the, like, obviously it's always money. It's always money. It's always gonna be money. It's gonna always be money. But I do genuinely want to know what exactly is going to be that issue going, like what exactly is going to be that thing going forward. I'm very curious. That said, PS Studios, That said, PS Studios games already on PC and live services multiplayer titles like Helldivers 2 will continue to remain on the platform and receive updates as usual. Yeah, I fucking hope so. Okay, this hasn't gotten like much attention, but do you know how fucking angry gamers would be if fucking they went ahead and just roll back put out exclusive like titles again, but roll back the cross-platform stuff that they already had? Oh, people would be angry. People would be so pissed. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why is the Helldivers 2 isn't on PC anymore? You fucking lunatic. Why would you do that? You insane son of a bitch. What is wrong with you? Like, actually, holy. But they're not doing that, which is good, as their success is largely tied to the existing player base. It's worth noting that Sony has also not announced plans to completely abandon PC ports altogether, but will instead be more selective on which titles they bring to the platform. So then what's the criteria? What would be the criteria of something going cross-platform versus something going exclusive? Like, because I know the big one that they want to keep exclusive is the Wolverine game. Are you going to make big game? I wonder, okay, this would be the theory I would have if they're going to be majorly selective with what goes cross-platform and what becomes an exclusive. My assumption is if they can gauge that a big IP is going to sell super well, regardless of if it's PC or PlayStation, and still meet the metrics that's going to hit money-wise, they'll probably mostly keep it on PC. So I could see, obviously, like the Wolverine game, Spider-Man, the God of War titles that they mentioned before. Those are all really good games that they would keep and try to do. But games that they probably have a little less faith in working, they're probably going to want to expand their horizons enough to try to meet the metrics and the money that they would lose if they put it on exclusivity. So, probably like the, oh my god, what is the game? The one with Alloy, I can't remember. Horizon. So like that Horizon game that's coming out, that is like a multiplayer or free roam type stuff. That's something that I could see that would not be exclusive to PS5 and would expand. I would also assume there's other criteria, like, and speaking on the not High Guard, but the Horizon Zero multiplayer thing, the Horizon Zero Dawn multiplayer thing, that like keeping a multiplayer exclusive to just the console sounds stupid and dumb and not great. So I would assume that theory would you would not do that, and that is that you would just not do that. That would be like my theory for what you would do with that. Why Sony is bringing back PS5 exclusives? There are several reasons currently being discussed in media. For starters, without stringent exclusivity, gamers have little incentive to buy the PlayStation 5 console. Keeping the most highlighted titles tied to the console means to justify a console purchase would be much easier for the majority of audience while we're still maintaining a presence on PC. I mean, I get the logic. Like, fucking, oh my god, dude. A great example of this, not from not from PlayStation, but right now, fucking, oh my god, Topia or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, oh, hold on, what is the current ranking for that? Poketopia rating, like, that's rated super high, right? Oh, Pokepia. Sorry, Pokepia. What is his Metacritic score? I'm very curious. Oh my fucking god, the ads are everywhere. Okay. It's like at an 88 and an 8.7. That's pretty fucking good for a game like this. And I've seen nothing but positive things for the game. Nothing but positive things for the game. So that's, again, really fucking impressive that they're able to fucking do that shit. Or they could sit there and be like, oh yeah, Poketopia is like only on Nintendo, and it's only a thing that you could get with a Nintendo console. So guess what probably a lot of fucking people did? A lot of people probably went out and bought the fucking Pokepia game and then bought the console and Pokepia with it. Like this makes sense, but like in Nintendo's case, they're nothing but exclusive. Like, people go to them. The only reason that you would get a game on Switch and on like PC and on PlayStation is if it's made outside of Nintendo. But like Pokemon's never coming to out of exclusivity. Mario's never coming out of exclusivity. Smash isn't coming out of exclusivity. Link isn't coming out of exclusivity. Kirby's definitely not leaving exclusivity. Like, there's no way that Nintendo does it. But they've also built that ecosystem. They've been like on that ecosystem for fucking decades now. So like for PlayStation to do this and to make the metrics, they've kind of like towed the line a little bit. And so it's like to be fair, they do have that same catalog. They have a catalog of good shit. Again, they have the God of War game, they have Helldivers, they have Horizon Zero Dawn, not the multiplayer because I have no idea how that's gonna be. But those Horizon Zero Dawn games were really fucking good. I think maybe Titanfall 2 was also part of that list as well. Like, there's a lot of good like PlayStation originals that are really fucking good and really fucking high quality. But like, they gotta be harsh on the exclusivity if they want to do that. Then like it's kind of like it's like you guys have to kind of double down on this thing, man. You guys kind of have to lock in, but also at the same time, like you don't have the same catalog as Nintendo. You can't get away with it, and there's too many people on PC that would love to play those games. There's a lot of people on PC that would love to play the Nintendo games, but like Nintendo's just had that shit's the idea of exclusivity so much unlocked that like. There's a reason why it was PlayStation and Xbox, not PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox. Because we've all have accepted that Nintendo's just going to do its own thing, and it has done its own thing for multiple fucking years now. And let's face it, the only reason they're even going for this exclusivity stuff is due to the fact that Xbox has kind of just stepped away from the actual like console competition now. And like they're doing other things, they're just accepting it. Again, like we said before, Steam might be coming to the newest Xbox console, which we'll talk about later. So like there's like not really much incentive for PlayStation to even want to go cross-platform anymore, because they could just be like, well, PC is gonna be PC and Xbox is out of the game. Nintendo's Nintendo, so they're doing their own thing in the corner, just sitting on a stack of money. So yeah, there's a lot there. Yeah, I think we're at that. Moreover, the latest Sony PS5 exclusive ports have faced serious performance hiccups. I also didn't think about that. That like a lot of those exclusives when they come to PC just can't perform well. Like in terms of like a graphic sense, they really just can't perform well. Which I get it if you want to like keep it from the people and actually like not have to worry, which makes a lot of sense. Bringing higher profile titles to PC on day one means that a higher probability of technical issues, which could put unnecessary strain on the title's success. There's also a financial statement to consider. Okay, this was the money reason. I am curious to see what their money reason would be. Oh no, that's not okay. Lastly, experts have also discussed a growing focus on using PC as a live service platform to drive clock. What do I mean by this? This positions the platform as a secondary option, competing with PlayStation 5 instead of being a competitor. What do you mean? Experts have also discovered a growing focus on using PC as a live service. What does that mean? Well, as a live service platform to drive cross-platform. I don't understand completely what that means. Are they saying like it would be? Oh, no. This is what I said before. My apologies. This is what I said beforehand. That like, if you were to make multiplayer games, or live service games in this regard, exclusive, that's stupid because then you lose out on a huge player base. So they're saying like, oh, like it probably won't be everything because stuff like Helldivers 2 would probably still be like benefit a lot more from being cross-platform, as you can have more people join in and play rather than just being console exclusive. I agree with that. Tenfold. Will Xbox follow Sony's move on exclusives? Okay, no, but I'm very interested to see what their take is on this. Historically, Sony has been much more stringent about PS5 exclusives, which isn't the case with Xbox. While the Japanese console maker is again focusing on reducing PC ports for single-player releases, Xbox has a long embraced multi-platform releases for all of its first-party releases. Despite the recent leadership change at the Redmond, WA-based gaming company, with veteran Phil Spencer departing, statements show that focus remains on improving both PC and console gaming as a hub rather than locking titles to just service devices. After all, Microsoft owns both Windows and Xbox. Yeah, this is true. For now, it appears unlikely that Xbox will revert strict exclusives. Currently, the company is focused on expanding with major developments in its Game Pass ecosystem. Yeah, like if you ever think that Xbox will ever go back at this point, I don't think it's the case. Some random massive shift in like the world would have to happen for Xbox to ever consider going back to being exclusive. That would be insane. And I don't even think with Halo coming to PS5, I don't even think there's a world where that exists anymore. If I'm being completely honest, there's really not a world where that type of thing even exists properly anymore. Just how everything is now. Broadly, the console worlds are no longer about pure hardware dominance and now have shifted to who can offer better subscriptions. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate, actually. Like, it's no longer the Xbox console versus the PlayStation console. It's now Game Pass versus the PS5, the PlayStation catalog. That's kind of what this has become. I think that's an accurately fair read of that, actually. And choice to its consumers. While Sony has lagged in the latter recent years, it has shown a serious effort to increase its PC footprint. However, with PS5 exclusives coming back to PC, being considered a second-tier platform, the Japanese juggernaut is apologies. Conceding serious territory in the Microsoft-led Xbox. Yeah, I do kind of think so. They're like pushing that away. I will never understand why PlayStation doesn't allow their pass to also be on like a PC stuff, but that also requires like a client, and Xbox is kind of like already installed when you get your PC. Like Xbox is already there. I don't even remember installing the Xbox like application or the Xbox like OS stuff, but it's in there and it's easy to access. So I get it. It's a little harder for PlayStation because then that would mean like you would have to download a whole new launcher, similar to like how Epic has a launcher and Ubisoft has a launcher and EA has a launcher, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. The only reason people put up with the Xbox One is because when you get a PC, the bitch is already on your console. So there's not really a reason to actually go ahead and like exploit that too much. So I get it. Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. So overall, to answer that question, no, it's not gonna follow. That's pretty obvious. But also, like, if it's times exclusive, I understand. If it's actually single player exclusive, I think that's kind of dumb. Just because, like, I don't see the logic. I think the logic is you'll lose more money in the actual game sales, but you'll get more money by people buying the game along with the console. The problem is everyone is really fucking struggling right now. So if you go ahead and do that at this period of time, I think you're going to get more people that just stray away, that are more willing to get a PC and that are more willing to just deal with the actual hassle of having like a Game Pass, especially like if you have good internet and you could do maybe like cloud gaming on there with the Xbox Game Pass. Like there's just it's hard. I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's a dumb decision, but I also don't work in marketing, nor do I work in the finances of PlayStation. So who knows? I think it's a bad idea. I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. But okay, so then that leads us to the next thing, which I think is kind of interesting and also connected to PlayStation stuff. New Xbox CEO confirms next-gen console. Project Helix will play your PC games, which I think is interesting. That's a big fucking ass ad. Can you? Thank you. Okay. All right. Oh, we actually. Oh, hold on. Wait, is this a video? Hold on. I need to see if this is a video.
Which historical figure would be most likely to win Beast Games?
Okay, no, that's just Mr. Beast talking about Beast Games. Never fucking mind. Okay, all right. I don't know why that was there. I'm gonna put it on my music. Microsoft's next generation Xbox console will be compatible with playing both Xbox and PC games, according to a new statement from the company recently appointed Xbox CEO, which is very interesting because the Xbox CEO, I know, also got in a little bit of fire as Phil Spencer left and everyone was sad because a lot of people did like Phil Spencer. And then Asa Shar, I really hope I'm saying that right. Asa Shar came in, and I think like she was working at other places, then came into Xbox and was like working under their like AI stuff for like the Microsoft OS, and now is appointed to this position, and everyone's kind of like, I don't know. And then she was just like, no, we don't plan on having any AI incorporation with like the gaming part, and everyone's like, I don't know, ma'am. You were working in the AI section, well, just a little bit. So I get that, I see that, and I understand that. I understand the worry very much. Asa Shar, who stepped into the role following Phil Spencer's departure on February 20th, shares the update of March 5th after a meeting with Xbox team ahead of the Game Developers Conference. In a post on X, Shar confirmed that the code name for the upcoming console is described as one of its capabilities. Great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about the commitment to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix, the code name for our next generation console, she said. Project Helix will lead performance and play in Xbox PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with partner studios and my first GDC next week. Okay. Xbox CEO's next gen Project Helix console will play PC games. Shar, hold on. Shar's statement directly references one of the most persistent rumors surrounding Microsoft's next console. Reports over the past year have indicated that Microsoft has been exploring ways to more costly align its console hardware with the PC ecosystem. The company has already moved in the direction with initiatives like Xbox Play Anywhere, which allows certain titles to be played across Xbox consoles and Windows PCs using the same purchase. I didn't know that. That's a good system. I like that system. It's a very, very good system. Microsoft also continuing its hardware partnership with AMD for the next generation of Xbox consoles. AMD previously designed the custom processor used in the Xbox Series X and S, and the company has confirmed it's working with Microsoft again in the future Xbox hardware. Okay, yeah, so it's making its little connections in the world. It's going around talking with people and stuff like that. No, thank you. I don't want that. Project Helix is widely believed to be the successor of Xbox Series S and X, which launched on November 2020. While Microsoft has not announced a release window or official specifications for the new system, Shar's post is one of the first public references to the new generation console and confirms that it is being designed to play both Xbox and PC games. Okay, so that's it for that. So like that is like kind of a big deal, I think, when it comes to the actual interaction stuff like that. Oh my, okay. When it comes to the actual interaction stuff like that, because obviously Xbox has stepped away. They said like a couple of years ago that it's just not going to be competing with the likes of that, which is I understand completely over that fact. It's kind of hard, and they have not had the greatest track record. But if the console is in a direction, in a way to go in a direction to try to support the PC side of stuff and actually allow people on console to play with the PC port people or like just the PC people or the Steam people, that's really useful actually. And that makes me think if there's certain games that are exclusive to like if like the Epic or other places are gonna work, maybe there'll be some like gotchas that are only mobile only that are also played on PC that will be available to be played on that console. Like there's a lot of good like speculation stuff happening here, and I really like it. It's cool. It's honestly, I think if Xbox can pull it off in a way that's both easy and seamless, I think that this could work out for them. I think they will be able to pull something off cool here if that's the case. With that being said, it's Xbox and it's under new management, so I don't know yet. We really would have to see. I'm not much of a hater of Asa Shar having like a background in AI. Maybe it's different, but she hasn't shown any like real concern so far. So that's like the big thing for me at the very least. But I think it's a good direction. I think if like, because there's a lot of games, man, that are just not on consoles that people just don't have to worry about. And if Xbox can do that with Steam, that would be very, very helpful. Because then like people wouldn't have to go ahead and just buy a console or buy some other stuff. They just have to buy an Xbox console, which honestly, that entices me. That entices me to be like, well, damn, if I don't have to have a whole PC, I could just play the Game Pass stuff that I already have, and then the Steam games that I already have. That'd be very nice. That'd be very good. It'd be convenient for me, and I'd be very happy. So, here's the Xbox hopefully opening, making something consumably be good. Now, because they're able to do that, it's probably going to cost a fucking arm and a leg, especially with the way the world is right now with money and inflation and other crazy things that are raising prices. We will have to see how that plays out and what price this is, because that also matters. But overall, I do think this is a very good step. Okay, what else do we have here? The UK regulation. Oh, what do we want to talk about next? Okay. I do kind of want to watch this because I am very interested on what happened here and all that stuff. So if you guys don't know, let me turn off the music. I love you, Nier Automata, but I gotta pause you for a second. So if you guys don't know, in the world that I'm in, the world that everybody is, when it comes to like this the Vtuber stuff, there was a site called Project Basuan Toka. It's behind there, or Bachura Toshikan, which was like a cool little database stuff for like VTubers to be searched up and whatnot. And I thought that was cool. There was like some people that I saw on there. I know Zafira was on there, Glow was on there, Maduda was on there. There were some people that I knew that was on there. I'm not on there, but also like in terms of anime content, I'm fairly big. But for VTuber, not much. It's not, but like I'm not hating on it. It sucks. It just shows me I gotta work harder. And I have some comments. So I at least want to see what like the whole thing is, because apparently there was some backlash that happened. I'm not 100% sure. I'm very curious as to what that would have been. But here we go.
Hello everyone, my name is KazamaVT. As you've probably seen today on Twitter, I've released the page behind me called Bashuru Toshakan, which is the virtual library for VTubers. Now, I have released this website yesterday, and I've gotten today so much support, and I really, really appreciate it. I truly do. It's so overwhelming. I was not expecting all of this, but I want to at least make this video to at least go a bit into detail what the current situation is.
So, I'm gonna take a guess, and maybe there's something different happen here, because I haven't watched this video. I really haven't. So I'm assuming that like this has to probably do with maybe people not being on there and other stuff. Because I know a lot of people were also like tripping out that like Vshoujo was on here, and I was just like, ooh, shit, that's crazy. So I'm very interested to see like what exactly has happened, and if I'm like kind of right, I'll have my comments. If not, we're all gonna learn together.
As you've probably noticed, even seeing from like in my back, the website is alive. It's still up, but there's no VTubers.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh yeah, because when you open the site, there's like not featured VTubers, but like there's usually a list. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I can explain this and elaborate why. Throughout the day, because the website has gotten so much attention, I've been hosting this website on Netlify, which is one of the website providers where you can host websites normally for free.
Oh, so is it going to be an issue with the actual hosting of the website? Okay, not what I was expecting, but again.
And since I thought this website wouldn't get so much attraction, I kept it in the free tier. Now, this kind of escalated to a point that while I was at work, it was, hey, you should probably upgrade, because if you don't, we're going to turn off the website. And I did.
Oh, that's shitty. Oh, what the fuck? So they told him basically, you have to give us money. That's fucking bullshit. What the fuck? Okay. That's kind of shitty.
So I upgraded from a 0 tier to a $9 tier per month. And as I arrived home, it happened again that the website almost went down, and I had to push it up to, let's say, a bit of a higher tier.
Oh, they're price gouging him. Oh, well, okay. They might. Okay. Oh, no. They might not be price gouging him. I mean, they are technically, because that's really shitty. They are. Oh no, they are price gouging him. But I think it's just the fact that, like, remember, there's so many VTubers. There's a lot. There's a lot of fucking VTubers, dude. So I think what happened is that people saw like this cool shit, and people just fucking flocked. They fucking flocked to that shit. They were like, bro, I need to see it. I need to see that. And honestly, given what it was like trying to do, it is a really good resource. I know there are other sites, but this is like the first that's been brought to my attention of what actually exists out there. So this is actually like, it was actually like fairly cool. I actually really liked how this was.
Right. So I'm paying a bit more,
but like
than I should.
But again, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, there's so much traffic going by that like the server is going to. It's like we can't keep you at the free tier. We need to put you up, which is I think it's shitty. I don't think that should be the reason someone should have to pay. Like I get like with the flux of people, if you're gonna do that, you should just be like upfront and stop like make them pay like higher tiers. So that's kind of shitty.
And from just calculating and seeing this, the tier is not going to be enough to reach the end of the month. So right now, what I'm doing right now is to save the website and try to fix and to make changes to the performance so it doesn't cost me that much while it's still being able to run, while finding a solution to make it stable so that this doesn't happen.
Okay, so I see what's happening. Okay. Were people mad about this? I mean, like, okay, the site went down, so I can understand people being like, yo, what the fuck? But yeah, no, that's not great, man. I feel bad. That's really shitty. That's really Oh, that's really fucking shitty, man. God damn it. Damn. I hope it's shit. I hope he was able to perform it. I actually don't. We'll check after the video if the site's up. I don't know if it's completely like. I don't know if it's still down or if it's gonna be down or other stuff. Maybe there's some updates. We'll like check on his profile and like the project, the proper Bashito Toshokan like site.
Because of the constant calls to the website of so many people, I have to see what I can do for the future, because if this is going to keep happening, I might need to consider a sort of like a monetization to pay off the server costs already.
Okay. I don't know if it's possible, and this is not a joke. Oh well, no, it might not be the same. This is not a joke. Would something like Squarespace help? Like, this is not a joke. This is not a plug. But I've heard like Squarespace could be good for this. I guess for what he's doing. It's kind of hard. So I get that. And for what he's doing, it's kind of hard. So I understand. I understand why that might be a little difficult. So I get that. So it might be a little difficult.
The idea was to do this after I released the website live, but it seems like I probably have to do it already because it's getting already quite extreme. So yeah, that's the one part. So don't worry, the website might be down or not reachable, but I'm working on it. I'll get it running hopefully soon. I'm not sure if today, but I'm trying my best as usual. The other thing is the whole feedback and people being mad about not being on the VTuber or the VTuber library, the virtual library.
Okay. This is what I thought this video was going to be about. I have comments on that, but we will hold. We will hold the line.
I have to pretty much elaborate. People should not be mad about this.
I agree. People should not be mad about this. There are a lot of people mad about this. This was very dumb that people got mad about this.
I have to make it clear this is a beta project.
This was a beta project? The people got mad? First of all, I didn't even know this was a beta project. People getting mad at a beta? Bro, what are we doing? Oh my god. Brother broski. I'm sure not everybody that gave feedback was that bad. But I did not know this was a beta project. We're getting mad at a beta project? I made my comment. I was like, yeah, was I a little upset I wasn't on there? Sure. I haven't been Vtubing by that much. My shit's not super fucking clear. So yeah, I understand the complete confusion. I'm not saying they're mad. But all my thing was like, oh, well then that just means I gotta work harder in some capacity in order to do that. I saw so many entitled people, bro, just be like, why am I not there? Am I not good enough? This devaluates me. I get it. For some people, I get the shit of just being like, I'm not mad. It just feels kind of weird being excluded because, man, listen. In the last 6 months of being in the VTuber community, I could definitely say that there's a lot of stuff that I can comment on. There is a lot. So I understand some people just feeling the exclusion of like, this kind of like makes me feel devalued a little bit, which is fair. It happens. But we also got to understand that like this is an entertainment industry, and I hate to be that guy. I kind of hate to say it, but like if you want to be up there on those sites, we kind of have to push harder. There are some backlash. I'm not saying everyone could do it. There is some bullshit, but like we gotta work hard for our attention. Unfortunately, we just do. There is some bullshit. Algorithms are bullshit. The way social media sites work is bullshit. The fact that like you could be on Twitch every single day of the week, grinding your fucking ass off, and you still don't have attention. And there's other people that like will blow up. It's shit. But the fact of the matter is, it's like you just gotta understand and elaborate and evolve. Like those shouldn't be reasons for you guys to just get mad and devalue. You gotta look at your situation and be like, what am I doing wrong? Because that's how it's always been, right? And context. I've been making content like I don't want to say properly, but like properly since 2018, right? Technically longer if you want to go back at the time where I was making like Nightcore and like a video game channel. And even longer if you count all the blogs I was doing in Anime and Mino. I've technically been making content for over a year. Just this channel and stuff like that has been around since 2018. The thing that I've stuck with the longest is still on here. So like, I'm only just getting into this shit. And this is and that started around 2024, right? There was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There was over a 6-year period. I just struggled with the grind, right? I couldn't break 1,000. I couldn't break fucking my short views. And it was only in the last 2 years or so, even with my messy setup of how my social media stuff is, it was only within the last 2 years that I was able to like fix my shit, actually lock down, see what happened. Because I finally looked, I'm like, okay, what do I want for my content? What do I want my content to do? What do I want my content to be? How efficient do I want to put out my content? All that stuff. And like, I'm not saying I'm big. I'm not saying I'm not big at all. My YouTube is only fucking what, like 2,100? My TikTok only just reached like 1,200. My Facebook's only at like 1,600. I'm not a big content creator by any means. Fuck, my Twitch is barely at 200. My Twitch is barely at 200. And like, it's just one of those things, man, where you really gotta sit down and just, I don't know. You gotta really sit down and just lock in as best as you can. I know it sucks. Not all of us could do it. I have a 9 to 5, dude. I wake up at 4 in the morning, Monday through Friday, to get to my job. I'm off by 2. I'm off by 3. I'm home by 4. I take some time for myself. I don't start, and I do all my shit, man. You plan it out, you work it out, you do what you need to do to work fucking hard. That's just what you gotta do. So, like, seeing people get all upset, I get it to an extent. Like, you put in your work and you want to be included, you want to be involved. And unfortunately, unfortunately, a lot of social media is just right place, right time. It's right place, right time. And as much as I hate to say it, it really is. Like, you can do your best to organize your shit, build the brand, make your look and shit good. But a lot of it is also just right place, right time. It sucks. It can happen. It really can. But it also can be really fucked.
Only person working on this. There's no team behind me.
That's also a good point to mention as well. He is the only person that's working on this. The only person that's working on this. So we could give him a little bit of slack.
I don't use any money. I have most of the things running on my actual home lab. The website's the only thing running, which has been costing money now. Right? So you have to keep in mind, I was not prepared for this. People that know that they're not on the website should be a bit considerate to consider the fact that I am working on this and I'm trying to improve, and I am bookmarking all these people that are missing, and I'm trying my best to improve and get them all on here.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be that guy. There was gonna be people who's gonna be missed. Do you know how many fucking VTubers are actually there? Do you know how many VTubers actually exist within the space? It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. So, like, forgive him if he doesn't literally have every single little bit of person who's joining every single day. You're asking one person to do such an impossible task. He doesn't have that time. This man has a life. They have a life. I've been calling this person. I don't know what they identify as. I apologize. I'm assuming. I didn't even check. But they have a life. They have a life. They do things outside of their space. They're not going to sit down all day just meticulously making sure that every little single VTuber exists, dude. Like, people have a life. God, okay.
So please, and I beg you, I beg the VTuber community, really, don't fight, be supportive, and please, let's just all work together. Please, I beg of you. And thank you for the follow. This is the other thing. I'm trying to make a serious video and all the follows, and thank you.
Okay, this is the one critique I have. I have done this as well, and I just don't. If you're gonna make a serious video, because I have seen other VTubers do this. Dog, if you have a serious video and you're using the same, like we all do, you're using the same thing to record as you would your streaming stuff, just turn it off. It sucks to turn it back on again. Just turn it off. You'll be good. You'll be Gucci. Don't worry about it.
Thank you for the follow. Anyways, the other thing is
Wait, there's another thing. What the fuck? Okay, so there was the website, which sucks. There's the people, which very, very much sucks. There's a third thing
about getting your data on here. This is something I have explained on the stream. I've explained to some people already. I cannot manually add your content on the website.
Oh, so we can't even do that. Because I know he said that, like, in order to get your shit on the website, I think you have to be a part of, like, 3 different other, like, one of the 3 other different websites. So that's, yeah.
I can overwrite matches. Let's say that you're visible twice on the website. I can do that. I can reconnect your account to another, let's say, Twitter account or Twitch account or such. But I cannot go in there and start manually changing your pictures, your titles, your description. I cannot do that, nor will I do that. The reason for this is simple. If I start making manual changes, the system will overwrite all my changes. That is pretty much the case. Overrides, like current overrides that are like matching names or Twitter, like changing the Twitter handle or changing the Twitch handle, this is fine because these come from a system and I can just attach or tell the system, hey, this is different, right? For specific things like that, I need your help.
Oh, okay.
You have to adapt it yourself. You have a wiki page, adapt it. You have a Twitter, you have a Twitch, you have a YouTube, change those things, update them. You want to keep up to date? This is on you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. It's one of those things. Oh, this thing is wrong, brother. I pulled from your stuff. I pulled from your wiki, your pages. I need you to change it. Which it's actually funny. I actually have a perfect example of this. Fucking one of my close friends in the space, Zafira, she's on there, and her only tagline is, it's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits. Which is, it's funny, and she doesn't care about it most of the time, right? Now, I will admit, if I'm being honest, she probably should change it, because that's, if someone could find you, that's crazy exposure. You probably want to promote your stuff a bit more. But if she doesn't care, she doesn't care. That's her prerogative, and that's fine. But it is funny, because it's like, yes, if you want your stuff to be more public and you want this database to show your stuff, yeah, you should probably, like, adapt your things in order for you to properly go and, like, find you and your shit like that. And it's one of the things where it's like, hey, can you do that? You can do it. It's scraping your stuff. If it's wrong, that's your fault. And it's probably still constantly scraping too. So if you update it, you probably will change it and it'll scrape the new information and update the new information. So that's fair.
I am searching for you. If I can't find you, this is a big problem.
Okay, hold on. I will also say this. If you are telling people they gotta switch it themselves, other than like just putting yourself on the wiki, because I don't even know how you get on the wiki, then you do need to tell people how they are found. Like what keywords, what aspects will they need to add in order to be found? Because if it is the case that they're not being found and they're not on the websites and they're not doing this stuff, then you need to communicate why that is. And I think that's a big thing. You need to communicate with people why they're not being found, why there is, what is necessary. And if it doesn't happen within this video, that's a little bit of a disappointment. Because like if I have the information in front of me, then I will gladly go change my stuff after the stream, fix up all my bios. I will do that immediately. But you need to go ahead and tell us what we need to change then.
Right. So what I can tell you is the best way to find you is to actually make a virtual YouTube wiki.
Okay, so yeah, he's just telling us. So the best way is making a virtual YouTube wiki. How we do that? We're gonna have to look it up, but hey, there's a way. There's a way to do it.
I might need to turn that off. I'm sorry.
Yes, please. Why do all VTubers do? No, you know what? It's not VTubers. Why do all content creators do this? Dog, turn off your shit. Turn off your shit. If you're getting an influx of followers and you know this, just do it. Also, just cut it out. It's okay. Cut it out. Read to the part. Edit it a little bit. It's fine. I'm not hating you. I'm not hating on this person specifically. Not this person specifically. Just in general. Fucking why?
I'm trying to be so serious about this. It's getting a bit out of hand. Anyways, yeah, just make a wiki page. Just make a wiki page. It's really what you just need to do that, okay? Make a wiki page. That's the best way to actually be found, in my opinion, because it's literally how you get verified as a VTuber also on my system, because everyone who's on the wiki page is a VTuber by default, right? But you can also add it on the haul list. You can do that. You can also add it on the Vtubing. That's fine. What I can't guarantee you is, like, if you start streaming on Twitch and I don't have you on my system, then there's only specific things I can get. Your name, your description, possibly your image, possibly your banner, and that's it. And your social as a Twitch, and that's it. I can't get more because I don't know where to get more, right? You have to pretty much specify what and where you actually put your content. You have to update your content. This is on you. This website is not supposed to be a clone of Hollis or a clone of Vtubing or a clone of whatever website you can manually put things in. It's not even a clone of that MySpace Oshi website. This is a
which I will say, my Oshi is it's very fun.
aggregator. This is a website which gets content and merges it together for the sake of not just big VTubers, medium VTubers, but also small VTubers. And like I've said in posts, like I've mentioned already a few times, this is a passion project. I've been working on this for a very, 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 very long time. I've been having a lot of problems handling this because of Twitter. And I want to see small content creators be able to be seen. And I mean this not just as someone who made something for the VTuber community, but I'm talking as a content creator myself.
I get where he's coming from, cause like, dude, like, what in the big 26, it's so hard to be a content creator. It's not like it was before COVID. It's not like it was back in 2016. We've entered this weird new era of content creation, which is just it's so much. It's a lot. Algorithms are so fucked. Like dead. If I'm being honest, someone actually pointed out something that was very interesting. Like, views, like subscribers low key don't count anymore. Like they do, but they also like don't. Like it's more of like what numbers you could put up with your own project that you do, not necessarily with the followers. Followers help. Followers are good, but more people focus on like how much the video made or how much like CCVs you have and stuff like that. Like those are like the big important things now that people like focus on, which is fine. There's nothing like necessarily wrong with that. But it just shows how much you change, because back then it was all about the followers. It was how big your followers are, how much followers you have, what you're bringing in, and all that stuff. Like, yeah, sure, right? Like, okay, me for example, right? My current YouTube channel, my bread and butter, because I'm a big YouTube guy. I like YouTube. I suck the dick off YouTube. I pay for the premium. That's how much I suck the dick. But like my own YouTube channel, I'm only at 2,100, but I have like 1.3 million views. Now that is because of shorts, because shorts are king. But still, 1.3 million views is not something to scoff at, man. At least for a channel my size, that's kind of crazy, given the fact. Yes, a lot of them are short views, and if I didn't have the shorts, probably wouldn't have reached that number. But still, it's impressive that there are people that cared enough to at least sit and watch the short for a long enough time to like give me that view and comment on that stuff and actually engage with my videos and stuff like that. Like, that's important. That's impressive. So like, I get where he's coming from, man. Being a content creator is tough, especially like when you're in a saturated niche like VTubing. Because yes, I don't care what anyone says. It is saturated as shit because there's so many VTubers that are coming along and stuff like that. I came along 6 months, right? And there's gonna be more of me. There's gonna be more of people. There's gonna be more of people like Glow and Tavira and Madura and fucking Anxiety Bear and other people like this. Like there's gonna be so many people that come in and out of the space all the time. It's a saturated space, so we're all competing for the same views, dude.
I started in 2020. I know how it was, the whole VTuber thing. Like, it's not easy. But that...
God damn, 6 years as a VTuber. That's pretty impressive. I feel like people don't last that long in like the small to medium range. I feel like most people, like unless you're like you're on the size of like, or at least got like a decent big fan base where you can actually make it into like a living. I feel like people only last like 2 or 3 years. I think I saw like it's something statistic wise. So 6 years is really impressive. Now, to be fair, he could be making some supplement money, which is cool, and like doing this for fun. That's not a dig on him. Again, not a dig on him. I'm actually just really impressed if it lasts that long because I don't know how it is. So, anyone I've seen going like 4 to 5 plus years on VTubing, who anybody is, it always impresses me. Especially for some. Again, I've been making content since 2018. Okay, there's not many of us small content creators that last like more years. The amount of people that I've seen come and go out of content creation in general is insane. So when I see someone of a medium or small size, being like 5+ years, it's kindred spirits, right? Even if I wasn't VTubing at the time and only VTube like at the middle of last year, it's kindred spirits in the sense of content creation, right? Yeah, it's a long time. It's a very, very long time.
That doesn't mean you should just, oh, well, it's a new trend. I'm just going to hop on it. Focus on your content. Update your stuff. Create content. That is the way how I can actually find you guys. That is important to me. You are content creators. Create content. Show that you're there. Put yourself as a VTuber on Twitter. Have the hashtag VTuber tag or VTuber tag on Twitch or any sort of way that I can actually find you. It might not be able that I can, find you instantly. Because let's say Twitter is being dumb and I can't instantly find every single VTuber on Twitter. That might take time. But I might be able to find you on Twitch. Because maybe my tasks run on Twitch. And then instantly at that moment I can find you. Or maybe you have a wiki page which makes everything easier. And then suddenly the whole content comes in. Again, if you want this to work...
I'm sorry, I need to mention it. Something's happening with his cheeks. That's kind of a low-key like it's not bothering me, but I notice it every so often. I'm like, what happened with your teeth, boy? What's happening with them cheeks over there? I just needed to mention it because I've seen it for the last like 6 minutes. And it's fine. And again, not hate. Oh my god, if you listen, my guy, if you ever come across this video, I don't even know if you will, but if you ever come across this video, no hate to you. I think what you're doing is cool. I noticed it and I'm like, whoo.
Work out, you gotta work with me. And I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate all the emails, all the replies. But first, let me handle the website first. Get it stable running. And then, and only then, I will keep on working to improve it. Okay? Okay, it's been a long day. I'm tired. It's like almost midnight. I'm trying...
Okay, so that seems like the end of it. First of all, before I say anything, go support this man. Donate to him so the website can be up. I give that man so much love and support and dedication and money. Definitely money for him to keep up that site. I think the site's a really cool concept. I think the site's a really cool idea for what he's trying to do. I think it acts as a really cool like a collective for like what he's trying to do. So if you can give the man some love, some support, some passion, and most importantly, money. Money to keep that motherfucking site up, because that is needed. That is 100% needed. That is 100% what I think a really fucking cool thing. Actually, hold on. I am a tad bit curious if I'm. Hold on. Small announcement. We are currently at 68k. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, you guys. Fucking, you think you're gonna fucking be on here automatically. Do you see how many fucking VTubers there are? There's 68K VTubers. This one man has cataloged 68K VTubers. That's already a lot. Y'all need to chill, and y'all need to give that man a break. Hold on. I want to go on the website now. Where's the website? Where's the website? Oh no. Oh no. Is it down? Oh, hold on. First of all, hold on. Oh my god, wait, is it down? Or is it just me? Oh, hold on. I need to check on my, hold on. I need to check on my own phone. Maybe it's my phone that's being weird. Maybe it's something. Is the site down? I hope not. Oh, I hope the site's not down. I need to look at this. I know it's here somewhere, you bastard. I didn't unbookmark it yet. Where are you, fucking rat? Okay, I know we're not. Oh, no, oh, you really were that far. Jesus Christ. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Pasha Toku. What is it? Pasha Toku. You don't see anything? Fuck! What is the fucking, hold on. Where is it? Oh, I think I hold on. Bitch, what the okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Okay. Do that. Search that. Oh, fuck. Is the site down? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, is the site down? Oh, did he make any wait. Okay, no, he says about something. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, I can't find the site. You know what? Hold on. Okay. No. Never mind. It is not. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. It's not down. I was being stupid. It's my fucking internet provider that for some reason doesn't want to load it. Which I think is a stupid. Very, very stupid. Although the site is also not loading. There just might be hella people. There might be hella people on this site. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys properly. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check on my own time. Either way, yeah, go show him support, go show him some money so he can keep the site up. I'm gonna give me a fucking heart attack. But yeah, sucks that the website hosters doing that to him. They can go fuck themselves. I hope he finds a cheaper way to do that and, you know, get support. People need to kind of stop complaining and give this man a break because there's only one person and there's a lot of you. Again, there's 68K and there's still not everybody. So, give him a break. There's a fucking lot of us, you guys. Alright? It's fucking... Okay. Next thing that we are going to be talking about. Crunchyroll's hit with class action lawsuit over allegedly disclosing anime viewing habits to third parties. I find this funny. And also a little weird given the fact that I was also part of this. Hold on. I gotta also play the music because I didn't for that whole time. There we go. That feels a lot better. Okay. So, oh my god, the ads. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. I'd appreciate it if you didn't. Okay, so apparently Crunchyroll is getting a class action lawsuit over selling data. I want to say I'm surprised. I want to say that I'm not shocked, but unfortunately, this is wouldn't be the first time, and surely enough, won't be the last that a fucking company that has a bunch of user bases on it will be selling data to people. So, you know, forgive me if I'm not completely, totally fucking shocked over the fact that this is a thing that is happening. Also, I'm gonna check something real quick. So let me go ahead and check that. Okay, yeah, all right. Just wanted to make sure. Oh, yep, nope, it did it. It did the thing. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. It was going on too. That was very annoying. I don't know why it does that. I hate Streamlabs sometimes. Maybe it is time to switch. Maybe it is time to switch Streamlabs. Maybe it is trying to switch. If it keeps doing this bullshit, where are you? Where's the link now? Couldn't do it because it keeps fucking pumping up. Okay. Major anime streaming platform Crunchyroll has been hit with a class action lawsuit for alleged violations on Video Privacy Protections Act, or VPPA. Plaintiffs argued that without consumers' consent, Crunchyroll knowingly disclosed personally identifiable information to a third party, such as email addresses, device IDs, and anime titles being streamed on platforms. That's not good. That's not fun. I love my data being sold to the corporate overlords. That's why we pay expensive, right? For you to sell my stuff. Sell all our stuff. Awesome. The conduct of Crunchyroll, which has yet to respond to the lawsuit or request for comment given advice notice of the article, was described as particularly egregious given that it settled a lawsuit in 2023 over a similar VP. Oh, so this isn't the first time. This isn't your first time, Crunchyroll. This isn't the same rodeo that you had, you motherfuckers. You goddamn motherfuckers. This isn't your fucking first rodeo, Oh, you son of a bitch. You sons of bitches. You stress me the fuck out sometimes. Specifically, the lawsuit alleges that Crunchyroll violated the VPPA through its app, which embedded a software development kit for a marketing company called Braz. If you know, you know. Basically, that the Crunchyroll app includes app development tools for Braz that support it for custom operations. Oh my god, my fucking nose, it's fucking itchy. Such as marketing. Braz enables companies to send notification in-app messages and emails campaigns. Braz, the lawsuit alleges that Crunchyroll has been disclosing information without consent since at least 2022. So this was before the first lawsuit that they had, and they went ahead and did it again because fuck you. That's why. Fuck us. Fuck all of us. The VPPA prohibits the disclosure of video rental records containing personal identifiable information, except 1, to the consumer, 2, with written consent from the consumer, or 3, pursuant to the federal criminal warrant of an equivalent state warrant and grand jury subpoena or a court order specific guidelines. 4, to any person if such disclosure is solely the name and addresses of consumers and the consumers has had the opportunity to prohibit such disclosure. 5, to any person if such disclosure is incident to the ordinary course of business of the videotape service provider. Or 6, pursuant to a civil court order. Congressional Research Service, Library of Congress. Some of the plaintiffs' arguments that Crunchyroll did not abide by these exceptions are below. All right. Let's go right down and look at that shit. Crunchyroll did not obtain informed written consent of the disclosure to Braz or plaintiffs and
Stream
class members.
Elements.
Yep, there you are.
Said, Mizakuro is now live.
Hold on.
Streaming just chatting,
This one's gonna
18 plus yapping
this one's
about
gonna be kinda
entertainment
long and
news,
big, so I
anime,
need you to,
sports, TV, games, etc.
Yeah. I know you were gonna do all that, so how about we just not for now? How about we just not for now? Thank you. Jesus Christ, every time I get off the site, fuck off. Crunchyroll did not obtain informed written consent for the disclosure to brands of plaintiffs and class members' personal viewing information. In accordance to the requirements, Crunchyroll's disclosure to brands of the plaintiffs and class members' personal viewing information did not occur within the ordinary course of business. The discourse to brands were not indecent to debt collection activities, order fulfillment, request processing, or transfer of ownership. 18 USC 2710A to B2E. Instead, the disclosures were made for marketing, user engagement, and commercial purposes that are not necessary to fulfill Crunchyroll's core service providing video. Okay, so they're claiming that basically, like, long story short, hey, motherfucker, you're not supposed to do this. What the fuck is wrong with you, you pieces of shit? That's basically what I've gotten. Oh my god, that's so much. I am not looking that up. I assume that this is some of the code that they would use, because this looks like code. This looks like some of the code that they would use in order to get like people's information and stuff like that. I was also gonna check something. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I was gonna check. I gotta check. Keep tabs. Some things. Some things. Why am I tripping? Where are my things? Okay, alright. I was just curious about something and I wanted to go check. Oh, okay. Where am I? Right there. Again, more ads. Fuck off. Oh, wait, hold on. The highlighted parts argue that Crunchyroll sent data to Braz, formerly known as AppBoy, that included details like device ID, email, and the name of the anime and episode being watched. The plaintiff goes on to argue that Crunchyroll must have known that it was disclosing this information to Braz, and it was using Braz's service to send targeted notification and marketing messages based on their specific viewing history. Plaintiffs continue, the information transmitted enables Braz and any of its clients or partners to identify exactly what video content each specific Crunchyroll subscriber is watching. Over time, through repeated transmissions during multiple viewing sessions, the app Crunchyroll facilitates the building of comprehensive profiles of each user viewing behavior. God damn it. I can feel it. I can feel spring is coming. Yep, that is more data or more code that I 100% do not understand. The implication of Crunchyroll's disclosure, viewing habits, and personal flow identifiable information to third parties without consent would clearly be serious. Crunchyroll contains numerous titles featuring gore and sexualized elements that many would rather remain private. Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. We will update this article if Crunchyroll responds to our request for comment. Crunchyroll has over 17 million subscribers, 130 million registered users, with over tens of billions of hours of anime watched yearly. So I think that's the end of the article? No. Okay, cool. Senator Leahy, who introduced the VPPA, said, in practical terms, our right to privacy protects the choice choice of the movies that we watch with our family in our homes, and it protects the selection of books that we choose to read. He also said, these activities are at the core of any definition of personhood. They reveal our likes, our dislikes, our interests, and our whims. They say a great deal about our dreams and ambitions, our fears, and our hopes. They reflect our individuality, and they describe us as people. Despite the potential global ramifications, This lawsuit can only be brought forward to those affected in the U.S. The lawsuit is pursuing certifications following classes of consumer for its laws against Crunchyroll, including both minors and adults. Ooh, that is a good mention. That there's probably a lot of minors who probably got scraped up to this. Subclass was the minors subscriber class. All persons in the United States who, within the application status of limitations, were minors, children, and created accounts of the Crunchyroll app, watched videos throughout the app, and had the personal viewing information disclosed or browsed by Crunchyroll. That's not great. Subclass 2, adult subscriber class. All persons in the United States who created accounts of the Crunchyroll app and watched videos through the app had their potential viewing information disclosed by Crunchyroll within the application status of limitations. Among many things, the plaintiffs are seeking damages of $2,500 per VPPA violation. Ooh. Oh my God! How much is that? Hold on. What did it say? It had, what, 13 million users, right? It had 13 million users, right? So 13 times 2,500. That's $32.5 million it would have to pay out. Oh, okay, that number's inflated because that's not everybody. So it's probably far less. But Crunchyroll's the big US thing that you use. So surely it's got to be at least somewhat close to that, because I know Crunchyroll isn't in Japan. They have their own thing. I know Crunchyroll's not in China because they have stuff like Bilibili and other things like that. You know what? It's probably in a lot of Latin countries, and it's probably in a lot of places in Europe. If America is following this suit in the sense, I have to assume that places it's gonna hit the EU at some point. It's gonna hit the EU at some point, and then that will be like the, oh fuck, okay, that's gonna be the serious bad boy. I see. Among many things, the plaintiffs are seeking a damage of $2,500 for a VPPA violation, and reasonable attorney fees and other litigation costs, injunction and declaratory relief, and punitive damages in an amount to be determined by the jury by sufficient to prevent the same or similar conduct by the defendant in the future. Okay. While this will run into billions if Crunchyroll were found guilty, there is always a chance that the judge would side with the defendant companies. Also litigate aggressively, dragging out the process for years. Settlements are often reached for much less, such as when Crunchyroll settled in 2023 for 30 per attendant. Jesus, like 16 million. That's still like a lot, but also $30 per person. Jesus Christ, that's fucking so much. Holy shit. Okay, so honestly, like this is not great because it did it again. But it'll probably go the way that most class action lawsuits happen. It'll be performed. There'll be a settlement. It won't be the $2,500 that the VPPA is asking for. It'll probably be close to the 30 that they got back in like 2023. So, it's not great. I mean, at this point, I would want to get more mad at this. I would want to be more upset. But honestly, there's so many other companies that like have my information at this point. Motherfucker, if I'm being mad at one company, I gotta be mad at all of them. And unfortunately, the shit is out there. I am mad at all of them, but also, like, it's like, oh, you took my information. So did, like, 20 other companies. I don't know what exactly you want me to do to you or do to other people in order to really, like, understand, like, the shit. Because, like, honestly, like, I mean, like, yeah, I'm not happy with the fact that you took my information, motherfucker, but at the same time, what do you want me to do? Huh? What exactly do you want from me in order to figure that out? Because honestly, I can't fucking figure it out. And I don't think many people could, if I'm being completely honest. So, fuck me, you know? Whatever. Yeah. So I want to get more mad at this. It's not great. It's not great. Let me mind you. It's not great. But I just can't. I just can't be bothered. YouTube has my information. Amazon has my information. Twitch has my information. Fucking Steam has my information. Netflix has my information. Crunchyroll is just in a long line of companies that I gotta be upset about because they have my information. And I'd like to care that I'd be upset. I'd like to act like I'm upset. I'd like to pretend I'm more upset. But unfortunately, I fucking can't, because the truth of the matter is, it's happened with so many fucking companies. And frankly, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I know there are ways to get rid of your information, to prevent it, to be more careful, to be in lock. But at this point, I can't be fucked, nor can I be bothered with. Oh. Okay, what else is there? You know what? I think for now, I'm going to call it here. I do have some other things that I would like to talk about, but I'm still kind of fatigued from the headache. The headache took me out for all of morning. And I would be willing to go longer if I was able to stream where I wanted to at like 8 or 10, but unfortunately I streamed at 3. So that means I didn't have much time to fucking do what I want to do, which does, in fact, kind of suck. But other than that, other than those things, I'm going to test out uploading some of this stuff to... I'm going to test uploading some of the things that I want to talk about to certain sites. Maybe I'll do like a different way of doing it on YouTube. We'll have to see. Because like, while I do like these streams, I do like these streams in particular, it just might have to be a thing where like I do some of the stuff offline, which like, it's not that big of a deal. Same thing with maybe like the Manga Cavalcade. The Manga Cavalcade just might be something that I do offline. Because sometimes it gets attention, and I like it, and I want to stream it. But if I'm being completely honest, it's probably better if I do it offline, if I'm being 100%. So, unfortunately, yeah, that would be the case. So, a lot of this stuff, as much as I would like to make it part of my content, I think there's just better ways that my content can be spent, unfortunately. So, but with that being said, thank you everybody for people who have been joining and all that stuff. I'm done. I'm tired. Again, I'm still fatigued from the headache. The fact that I even got 2 hours in with the amount of stories I did, honestly, I'm proud of myself. I yapped for 2 hours and I yapped good for 2 hours. So, I'm all Gucci. So that being said, I'll see some of y'all later. Bye bye, adios, arrivederci, sayonara, and goodbye.